Hey readers, happy Friday. Welcome back for another day of poetry together. You know what? Poems really need something. You know what they need? They need you. Poems need a reader. Without a reader, poems are just sitting there alone, sad on the table, with no one to read their fun and amazing, beautiful words. Poems are meant to be read out loud. Poems need a reader. Poets, which are authors of poems, poets choose their words very carefully. They don't just think about what words mean, they think about how words sound. Okay, that's why we say poems are meant to be read out loud. Why write sticky mess when mashed marshmallow is so much more fun to say? So today, we're going to practice reading poems out loud. And knowing the parts of a poem helps us understand how to read poems out loud. Let's go over some tips for reading poems. First of all, poems need to be read out loud, friends. Poems should be read slowly. Okay, that helps us really understand the meaning and focus on saying each word clearly. Take small pauses at line breaks. That's a part of a poem. We learned that, remember? Line breaks come right after the line of a poem. So you read the line, you take a small pause, look at the next line, and keep reading. Lastly, poems are meant to pause. When you're reading a poem, it's meant to pause at a punctuation. If you see a comma or a dash or a period, make sure to pause. All right? Let's do a practice. I'm going to try to do all of these 4 things with this poem. How to eat a sandwich cookie. Here we go. How to eat a sandwich cookie. A rookie cookie eater eats a sandwich cookie fast. 1 bite, 2 bite, end of cookie. A pro makes a sandwich cookie last. Know the art of getting to the cookie's heart. Slide the halves apart. Very, very slowly. Bottom against top stops. All right, friends, as you can see, I tried to read slowly. I read the poem out loud. I was taking small pauses at line breaks, so at each line break, I had a small pause. And then when I came to punctuation, I did an even longer pause, especially here with these dashes. The author was telling us, slow down there. Last, slow down. Take a pause. And here, I took a pause, pause. So I paused at that punctuation. Now, I'm going to do a reflection on what it was like to read this poem out loud. That's your job today, too. You're going to complete the reflection worksheet. The first question is asking, how did it feel to read the poem out loud rather than in your head? Well, for me, it felt good to read it out loud. It helps me when I hear the words spoken out loud. It helps me understand the words better. What was it like to read the poem slowly? Well, it was a little bit challenging because it was so short. It made me want to read it fast, but I just told myself, read it slow. And when I was reading it slow, it helped me understand the poem better because I really focused on each word. What was it like to pause at line breaks and punctuation? Explain why. Well, it was a little bit tricky to pause. I felt like I wanted to rush through it. And then when I was pausing, I was focusing so much on pausing that I couldn't understand the words because I was thinking, oh, Miss Aquino, you need to pause. So pausing at line breaks and punctuation, I want to work on more. It was a little bit challenging. Which poem was your favorite? That's a question just for you guys today because You're going to read 3 poems. I only read 1. So remember to follow our tips. Our tips for reading poems. Read it out loud slowly, pause at line breaks, pause at punctuation, and have fun with today's poems. See you next week, readers. Bye!